Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. Tonight's nightcap, I make one of these. Any Sentinel learners watching will know exactly what it is. Their job involves some welding, some plasma cutting, some lathe work, a bit of milling, basically everything all bundled into one. That's enough talking about it. Let's get on and I'll show you how I go about making it. Anybody with an S-type Sentinel steam wagon will recognise this straight away. Is one of the special tools out of the toolkit. It's for removing the valve covers and part of the water pump. I've been asked if I can make one, so I'm going to do a drawing of that bit, like a flat drawing. And I've got a bit of 1/2 inch plate there, which is slightly thicker than that. I should have cut out of there with a plasma cutter. And then these hexes, they're imperial size hexes, I'll have to machine them. And what I'll do is I'll machine the hex and then put a round bit on the end, bore a hole in there, V it out and weld it from that side. You can see it's had quite a bit of use. It's got the hammer rash on there, but when you consider it's 100-year-old, you understand why it's had quite a bit of use. See, I'm going to make a couple of them. Anybody with Sentinels watching this that wants one, you know where to get it. That's another part of the kit. That's for removing the water pump cap. Once again, what we call the flog and spanner, you put it on and you flog it with a hammer. The initial pierce is the hard bit. Now the problem really, put some extra fans on. Excellent. Right. And that's it as cut. Little bit of dross on the back just taps off. Strange how it's put dross on one side and not the other, but there's nothing the matter with that. It certainly beats an angle grain on a file. Right, that's it cut out, cleaned up, and I've marked the centres. It's very slightly shorter than that because I'm down on material. As far as the hexes go, I've got a piece of hexi bar. That stuff there, which is 1/2 mil bigger than that, which is well within filing and grinding size. So we'll do this one first. I'll have to machine some hex for that. So I'm going to put a hole in there, probably 15-16 mil. Then that gets machined down through the hole, welded in. We'll set this up, drill some holes in it, and then go from there. The bend will be the last thing I do once it's all together. But it's looking the part really. I keep saying you shouldn't put milling cutters into a chuck, but this is probably the one time you can get away with it. It's a little bit piss wobbly, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to machine the hexi bar to fit in there. But I wonder why this is running piss wobbly. It should be running nice and true, that. We locate it in the chuck. Yeah, something's bent. Cutter's bent, I think. Believe it or not. I believe it. That's what happens when you get things out to skips, I suppose. Very happy with that. This is just male seals machine nicely, so I'll have no problem at all welding it. Fuse that stopped in. Very near now, very near. Right, a little bit deeper, and we'll put a chamfer on it so we'll get some really decent weld penetration into it. Right, so that goes onto there like that, and a real decent fillet of TIG weld down there will go nowhere. That part it off to length. Right, so it's asking for 25mm, which will be an inch. But I couldn't get that much closer to that chuck, could I? Right, 27 gives a little bit of skim off the other side. Interrupted cut this part off. Should be alright. The thing is, not to piss about it, go for it. If you start backing off, that's when it starts to give issues. A little bit of just like that. I make two when I'm on, I might as well. Right, so that into there, like that. That's one part done. You can make a piece of hexi bar for that end. I've got a bit of round bar here, and if I take 3.5 off the 6 faces, it's going to give us the right diameter hex. I've machined one face flat, it's nice and soft, it machines quite nicely. What I'm going to do now is turn this down to the diameter to fit in that hole, then I can put that in a 6-head collet block, and that's how I'm going to finish machining the rest of the flats. We've just now got a interrupted cut and the machine that flat on it. Isn't really ideal, but it is what it is. Right, I've got it set up on a collet block. I'm going to machine